Well, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Well, hello, hello. This is Cindy, your host at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And of course, go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to get notified of other awesome videos. As a matter of fact, if you go to today's broadcast and you post a comment, you actually win a 3-night hotel giveaway. So make sure that you go to Bucket List Coach Web Show Live, and you could actually see the links here. So really quickly, I want to do a plug for National Day Calendar. So I'm an ambassador with National Day Calendar, and today is Blueberry Pie Day, Superhero Day. So what is your superpower? Make sure to check out nationaldaycalendar.com. So a little bit about the show. This is a StreamYard show, and today actually we're broadcasting live from YouTube. So make sure that you go to where'scindynow.com to comment. And actually starting next year, we're going to be back on broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube. So a little bit about me. I am a travel agent and a travel podcaster, and I'm sharing bucket lists of what I'm doing. I'm interviewing Viator, excursion companies, and also a lot of amazing vagabonders I meet along the way. So my vagabond story started several years ago. I'm in the surf community, and I actually connected with this young man here in Southern California, and his family is a part of this amazing journey. His father was a doctor at Stanford. He quit his job, so he paid it forward to treat people. And you definitely need to check out this movie. It's called Surf, W-I-S-E. Definitely check it out. And so they just traveled the world. They surfed, they had fun, and they created a legacy. So my friend Carmen with TheRubyRoad.com, and make sure that you follow her on YouTube as well. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you get notified of her awesome videos. So tell me, girl, what do you got going on and what is your story?
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here. I am super excited. So my name is Carmen and Drew. I am the matriarch of the Ruby Road and the creator of the Ruby Road. And I say matriarch because my husband and I have 6 children and a dog living in an RV. The RV is just to my right. The RV is named Ruby. And I'm actually sitting in what I've called my mobile office. Our car is the beast, because in order to tow that camper and 8 people and a dog, you need a beast. So we have been distance learning, or as I like to call it, road schooling, since September 8th of last year, since September 8th of 2020. And we're on a 9-month trip across the USA. I'm speaking to you from Grand Island, New York. So we are right next to Niagara Falls. Nice. And we're going to see the falls on Friday. And I can't wait. It sounds amazing. And the idea for this trip came up because when quarantine hit last year in March, we were suddenly homeschooling 6 children. And it wasn't complete homeschool. Like the teachers would give them some assignments and they would do it. It was hell. It was absolutely horrible. No one was prepared. And like, it's no one's fault, right? Like teachers weren't prepared. The school system wasn't prepared. We weren't prepared. The kids weren't prepared. And it was just that those last 2.5 months of school were like a disaster. We're just going to call it what it is. It was a disaster. So July rolled around, and my husband and I, we're pretty smart people. We kind of saw the writing on the wall that school is not going to be normal school again in the upcoming school year when September hits. And our biggest fear was, all right, they're in school, then they're out of school, then they're in school, then they're out of school. And it's just like the routine would get totally messed up, because our kids like routine. They're kids. They're humans. They like routine. And so we've always talked about taking an RV vacation somewhere. And my husband woke up one day and said, hey, what do you think? Let's just take off for the school year. And I said, let's do it. Absolutely. No questions asked. And so from the time we made that decision to the time we left on our trip, it was only 6 weeks. So in that 6-week time frame, we bought a camper, we bought the beast, we rented our house, we either stored, threw away, or got rid of stuff in our house. and stocked the camper, got the kids set up with school, everything they needed, and took off. And I don't regret it one single bit.
Can you go to your trailer right now, or is everybody in there?
Here, I hear it. Everyone's in there. They're kind of a little busy. There's the back of it. I got my husband and my bike are on the back, and it's a 37-foot travel trailer.
Nice.
It's very comfortable actually for 8 people. Yes, we're on top of each other. Yes, there's some amenities we're used to at home that we don't have. That's okay. It's a 9-month adventure. And I just love the sense of adventure that this provides, because we can do whatever we want. We want to go somewhere, we can go there. And it's like here's the thing. I feel like we've had more control and more decision-making ability by doing this than if we were to stay home. And home for us is Minnesota. Minnesota gets cold in the winter, right?
For me.
Yeah. So I love Minnesota. We're excited to get back to Minnesota, especially in the summer when it's just glorious. And yet being home with 6 kids in a house, homeschooling and working in the winter months, there's other things I would rather do.
I agree.
So we made it happen. We went and did it. We saw the opportunity, and this was an opportunity, and we took it.
So tell my audience a little bit about you, Carmen. So you're an entrepreneur.
Yes, I am an entrepreneur. So my nickname in the business world is the girl with the golden shovel. So I have a knack for helping people find money in their business, helping established entrepreneurs and business owners find extra money that they can go do whatever they want with. So a lot of people talk about their why and why they do things. My why is a little bit self-focused. My why is that I want to be able to do whatever I want. Like, I am here speaking with you because I want to be. I am on this trip because I want to be. If I work with you as a client, it's because I want to work with you. And really, I mean, there's a lot of reasons we all start a business. One of them is to help those who you want to help, to be of service to somebody, whether it's a client, a customer, whoever they are. You know, restaurant owners, they're helping people eat food. You know, a salon, they're helping people look their best. The other reason is so that you're financially rewarded, so you can go do whatever it is you want. And so that's kind of my philosophy and how I work with my clients. Let's get you more money so you can go do what you want. Maybe you help more people with it. Maybe you take an awesome vacation. Maybe you retire. Whatever it is you want to do, let me help you get there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what does your husband do? Is he just moving along with you?
Yeah, a little bit. So he's a realtor, and he's only licensed back in Minnesota. And so we went into this. That was a decision we had to make going into this trip. We kind of had to say, all right, my husband, Drew, he's wonderful. And he's gorgeous, by the way. My husband, Drew, you're just not going to participate in real estate for the duration of this trip. And he gets some phone calls every now and then. He consults on some sales. He got one this morning, actually. Some good, they're buying a commercial building. So he kind of helped them a little bit. And so that was a sacrifice we made and a decision we made going into this trip that we were okay with. And so he's going to hit it back again as soon as we get back to Minnesota, full swing. The market's interesting now in many places in the country, and it's very interesting in Minnesota. I've no doubt he's going to hit it running. Yet that was a decision we made. We weren't going to let that stand in the way of us going on the trip. There's other ways to make money. You can be creative and make money.
Wow. So what are the other cities and states? Are you coming out to the West Coast by chance?
We were all, oh my gosh, we loved the West Coast. We were out there. So we're from Minnesota. We started heading west. So our very first stop was oh my gosh, a fly found me. The very first stop was South Dakota, Mount Rushmore. And then from there, we kept going west, Colorado, Lake Tahoe. We spent 3 weeks in wine country.
Nice.
At a friend's ranch that was in Duncan's Mills. Then we did Yosemite for a week, which, oh my gosh, you have to go to Yosemite. It's gorgeous. And then we did Oceanside, California for 3 weeks during Christmas.
Oh,
we loved all 3 places in California. California has a lot going for it, for sure.
It does. Yeah. Born and raised. And I'm actually originally from Northern California, near the wine country, a place called Vacaville. but nothing
Yep.
compares to the Huntington Beach area. I am so in love with this area. It's absolutely beautiful. I got Disneyland close by. San Diego's an hour and a half, 2 hours away. LA's an hour. So it's really, really great experiences here as well.
I have a brother-in-law from Huntington Beach.
Oh, really?
And he's a surfer.
Yeah. Is he really?
He is.
Very cool. Yeah. So where's he at now? Where does he surf?
Central Minnesota.
What? So tell me about that. That's crazy.
Well, he doesn't really. Yeah. So this is a story. This is my sister and her husband. They own a business. I'm going to plug them shamelessly for a minute. It's called Barefoot Buttons. So if you're a musician and you play guitar and you have pedals, go check out barefootbuttons.com. They have an awesome little invention. It's going to save your feet, and it's a lot of fun. They actually met, fell in love, and got married in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
And so a couple years ago,
again, I can put it on. It's Barefoot.
Barefootbuttons.com.
I'm gonna put it on the chat here.
And this is a great example of how a little idea can turn into a business. Basically, all it is, so it's a little button that you put onto your pedal buttons. And when you're in Hawaii, you're pretty much barefoot all the time because it's Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And so my brother-in-law is a musician. He's a guitar player. And he would be barefoot trying to hit his pedals with his feet and missing. Like the button would go like between his toes and everything. So it was a little button that increases the surface area and you can push it a lot easier. And now it's just fun. Like people like deck out their pedals. Musicians deck out their pedals with their invention. And so starting this company allowed them to move from Hawaii to central Minnesota. They have a gorgeous home on a lake. They wanted to be near water. They wanted to be closer to family. And they're just kicking butt with this little invention in this company. And they're having a lot of fun doing it.
And that's what it's all about, is enjoying yourself and having fun and creating a legacy.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell us something. Like, how would somebody want, like, say someone wants to do the whole van life, the whole vagabond life, and they're on limited income? How could they, let's just say if they do it for like 6 months or 3 months, what is your best advice for that?
So it's not, how do I say this? For us, this lifestyle is cheaper than our lifestyle at home.
Seriously?
It is. Well, we rented our house.
That?
We rented out our house. So our housing will still be there when we get back. Yet we have zero expenses for it because we're real estate investors as well. So we just know how to rent out our house. And so that's taken care of. As you can imagine, we have a fairly decent sized house with 8 people. And so when you stay at a campground, when you pay for the site fee, it includes all your utilities except for your propane on your rig. So your heat and your cooking are propane. Your water, your electric, your sewer are all included in the site fee. Now, it depends where you camp. We budgeted about $70 a night for our campsites. Realistically, we're actually spending closer to $60.
What?
And so you can spend anywhere from 40 to 100, depending where you are, 40 to 100 bucks a night to camp somewhere. You can even go cheaper if you're boondocking, which is you're like in the middle of nowhere. There's no utility. You bring your own water. You take your own water out. We don't do that because we would fill up our tanks in like 2 minutes because we have so many people. Yeah. So that's a big expense. Like for us, between our mortgage and the campsites, we were spending about I did the math once, and I think it was about $1,200 less just on those living expenses every month.
Wow, really? Wow.
Now, our grocery bill went up because we're in tourist towns. Food tends to be more expensive, and we can't buy in bulk like we used to because you're in a camper and you have so much storage space. Our gas bill, like our auto fuel bill went up every month because we're doing a little more driving, and it's a lot. We have some weights we're pulling across the country. For us, our daycare expenses went down because the kids aren't in daycare. They're with us all day. And then our activities, like we all do Taekwondo when we're home. We're not doing Taekwondo now, but we just, like today, we went to the aquarium here. So we spent kind of that fun money on other fun activities aside from sports when we're back home. And so for us, we're saving. The daycare is a big one for us. Saving the daycare is huge for us. Oh my gosh. I think it was $2,400 a month we're saving by doing this instead of staying at home. And so I understand, like, everyone's financial situation is different. I would look into it because it's probably more economical than you think.
Wow.
And there's always a lot of options. We've stayed at people's houses a night or two here. I mean, that cuts out a night of campground expenses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we meet friends. They might buy us dinner, or they might bring dinner over to us. That saves on some expenses. And so it's been nice. Like, part of me is like, oh my gosh, I have to go back and spend $2,400 more a month just to, you know, do everything again. But we'll figure it out. That's okay. It's been, like I said, it's not as expensive as you think.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a few minutes left on the show, and I hear this all the time. I mean, I'll do a plug for some other RVers. What I have to say is it's so important to be able to tackle those challenges, like the RV Odd Couple. You definitely got to follow them on YouTube and Facebook. So what are some of your challenges?
Oh, challenges. So be prepared. Okay. Be prepared with the phone numbers of the people you call. Like, something will break, right? And so as you embark on any trip, have like your warranty information, if you get like the roadside assistance, have that information, have your insurance information, both in the camper and in the car. Because guess what? Ask me how I know that. We've had to use it, right? One thing I didn't think about, you can't see my foot, but I have a brace on my ankle. I broke my ankle on this trip in March, and it was a good thing I had my insurance information with me. However, my insurance didn't transfer across state lines as easily as I thought it would. So just understand your health insurance situation before you go on the trip. Be prepared to be flexible. Things may not work out. Like, our camper broke, and when we were in Williams, Arizona, right before New Year's, we were going to go see the Grand Canyon. It was freezing cold. We're setting up camp at our new campground, and we hear snap, crash, bang. And the chain on our slide out broke on our camper.
Oh, man.
And so it's like hanging outside the camper. Like, it's supposed to be at an angle like this. It's at an angle like this all of a sudden. Lord. So we can't stay in the camper. And service bay availability is a nationwide issue right now for RVs and campers. And so we had to spend 10 nights in a hotel while we got the camper fixed, which we had to be flexible in our plans and be like, all right, we have to roll with it. Being able to roll with it is key, because something will happen. You don't know what you don't know going into any vacation, going into any trip. Something might happen. And so just saying, all right, what can I control? Let's go control that. What do I not have control over? You either let it go or figure out a way to get control. And so being able to roll with it is key, because something will happen. My broken ankle and the camper breaking, those are the two big mishaps. They're the two big things that went wrong. I mean, there's been other little things that have gone wrong, but it's like, it's not that big of a deal. Keeping it in perspective.
So how old are your children?
Okay, so let's see. I got to think about this. 11, 10, 9, twin boys who are 7, and then 4.
Wow. That's a handful, huh?
They are a handful, but you know what? They're having so much fun. Overall, they are really good kids.
Oh, good.
They have their bad days like we all do, and they're still good kids.
And so what do you do to kind of keep the whole family thing together? Because, traveling together in a confined space, do you have like game night or something like that you guys are doing things together?
Yes. So we are actually going through the entire Star Wars series right now.
Oh, really?
We went to Disney World and we went to Hollywood Studios. And so some of the kids were turned on to Star Wars. So we're watching all 9 movies.
Nice.
I forget which one we're on. I think we're on, next is episode 7. Episode 7 is next. So that's been a lot of fun. They really like just sitting down and having movie night. We love movies. And we did buy a big projector and a big screen. So when it's nice outside, we'll get that out and do outdoor movie night, which is fun because then your friends from the campground can come watch with you. It's going to attract somebody. You put out a big screen, somebody's going to show up. And so that's been a lot of fun. And there's also been, all right, sometimes the TV just has to go off and people need to get outside or just read a book. So in the mornings before school with some of the older kids, I'll be, all right, it's reading time. I'll get a book out too. I will sit down and read. You guys sit down and read. We're not reading together, but we're all reading something. And just having them kind of calm down when they need to calm down. Sometimes the TV is the answer. Sometimes it's getting outside. Just giving the kids a little break from us. Like, here's the walkie-talkie. Go to the playground. Go play. Call me on the walkie-talkie if you need anything. I trust you enough to go to the playground. And just letting them know that you trust them to go just take that step is huge.
Wow. Oh my God. I just can't believe that I met you online. This is so amazing. And I love sharing Vagabond stories. I'm going to put you in the green room. Is there anything else before I close out?
No, just find us on the Ruby Road at YouTube. We have a lot of fun. I have more videos queued up. We're going to release soon. And if you have any questions, put a comment on our YouTube channel. My email's on our YouTube channel. Just send us an email. We love to get questions and we love to get comments and input from our viewing public, because that means you guys are on the journey with us. And our hashtag is follow your road. We are big believers that everybody should follow their road. Clearly, part of us following our road was this journey. Figure out what that is for you, because then life is more fun.
Well, thank you so much. Woo! I'm gonna put you in the green room. Just hang tight for about half a minute, and I'll meet you back in there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, there you go, guys. Live a vagabond life. I know sometimes it's kind of hard to go out there and just do some crazy stuff and mark off your bucket list. And you got to keep in mind that we do not know when our last day is going to be. And make the most of the dash. We have a date that we're born, and we have a date when we pass away. What are you doing to make the most of the dash? This is Cindy over at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Next on the show, I have my friend Brad with the Magic Brad Show, which I'm going to connect Carmen to. She could get on his show as well. And Shaka Baby, we'll see you on the next show.